What does the brain do?
The brain pretty much controls everything that you do. How you think, how you feel, how you act. It's not just about how you think and what you do when you ride a bicycle, but it's also how your heart rate is controlled, whether you have tummy ache, how your legs move, the fact that you can run or go much more slowly. It is the underpinning of everything in your life.
Can the brain think about anything?
That's one of the wonders of the brain. The brain can think about itself and can try to understand or tries to understand what is happening in itself. That's the difference between the brain as an organ in your body and, for example, your kidney or your legs. Your legs are never interested in knowing how the leg works, but your brain is interested in how it in itself works.
Do brains send us messages?
I think there are three answers to that question. One is that your brain sends messages to your body. So if I wave my hands, it's a message from this part of my brain which controls this hand. So yes, the brain's sending my body messages. It sends messages to my internal organs. It sends messages to tell me that I'm hungry. That's one answer. The second answer is no. So we've got yes, no. The no is that really we are, in some sense, our brain. So our brain can't send a separate you a message. It can send bits of your body messages, and it can send bits of messages from parts of the brain to other parts of the brain. And the third answer is our brains send messages to other brains. So I'm sending a message to your brain right now by using my brain to send signals to my mouth and tongue, and that's sending signals to your ears, which will then decode those signals in your brain. So three answers. Your brain sends messages to parts of your body, if that's a yes. Your brain really is what you are, so it might be healthy to think, not to think of your brain and you as two separate. And the third is our brains send messages to each other.
How does the brain help us think?
Our brain helps us think because it's the part of the body that actually does the thinking. So inside the brain there are small cells called nerve cells, and there are hundreds and thousands of those in every tiny little piece of brain, every cubic millimetre. They're all joined up electrically, and it's the coordinated electrical activity of all those hundreds of millions of nerve cells that create our thoughts.
Why do we have to have a brain?
Brains are really important for being able to do complex things and react to your world in a complex way. So if you're a little unicellular organism, so you're just one cell, you don't need a brain because pretty much the cell can control itself. But as soon as you start having bodies made up of multiple cells, you'll find something that starts to look a bit like a brain, particularly as the behaviour starts to get more important. So we are really complex animals and we have absolutely enormous brains.
What would happen if we didn't have a brain?
If we didn't have a brain, pretty much not much would happen at all, because everything that's more or less everything that you can do, from breathing and walking through to thinking and singing, is being controlled by your brain. So brains are really important in terms of how you see the world and being able to act on the world.